Have you had a lifelong dream in owning your own business? Allow Stephanie Corals at Nitara Marketing to help you with all of your marketing needs. Nitara specializes in modern logo design, website development, app development, social media marketing presence, and search engine optimization. Nitara's team has a passion, skill set, and experience in digital services to help them guide you through your web development journey. They have happy clients as well. Owner of In-State Business Solutions, LLC, Cameron Shaw said, "Keep doing what you're doing. My experience with you and your team has been great." Contact Stephanie and Nitara at 866-752-8461 or email services@nitaramarketing.com. Enough looking at impressions. Let's impress the world. Frustrated with your pain? Team Rehabilitation of Kokomo, Indiana can help you find the solution. We give free injury screens. Call to schedule yours today at 765-416-6630. We're located at 613 West Lincoln Road, just west of the South End Post Office. Hello everyone, this is JC Barnett and Travis Tafflinger. This is 1032 Podcast, Conversations with JC and Taf. First of all, I want to thank our sponsors, Stephanie Corals with Nitara Marketing. We want to thank you so much for your love and appreciation for our vision here with 1032 Podcast, and we hope for your continued support. Dwayne Ewing, Team Rehabilitation, Physical Therapy. Been around the community for a number of years, doing amazing things, helping people get back on their feet after surgery or injury, and we thank you for your love and support. Travis, we're going to talk about something today that is near and dear to our hearts. That is education in our everyday. We are actively involved with young people, with the youth in the community of Kokomo and in this city, helping them actively pursue education. And I think it's vitally important to not only career-wise, but just a sense of pursuing a greater you by furthering your education. So appreciate the opportunity to talk with you today about that. Travis, you can take it away as far as what you do with the Bridges program.
Yeah, we essentially started Bridges to provide opportunities to kids that me and Casey had growing up. Mm-hmm. And we want to bridge people to Christ and make disciples that make disciples, but one of the best ways to do that is through education.
Yes.
And I think a mistake that I make, and maybe lots of young people make, is they think education's just that's the end. Like, I got to read this book because I have to answer a question, or I have to do this because I have to pass a test.
Right.
And education is so much more than that. And personally for me, I graduated from Kokomo. I then went to Anderson University and got a bachelor's and a liberal arts degree. Mm-hmm. I started out in athletic training. Halfway through, I ended up changing it to elementary education. And that degree was great. I love it. You know, I don't even know where it's at. Right. But I remember so much from those 4 years. Friendships, relationships, learning how to manage time, learning about managing money, getting my first credit card then. You know, just, yes, it was an education, and yes, I probably became more knowledgeable, mm-hmm. but more than anything, it was a place where I grew, developed, and became really a man.
Yeah. I think our upbringing really is much more similar than we ever thought. I also attended Kokomo High School, graduated class of 2004. My first year of college was Anderson University to play football there. My first pursuit of higher education beyond high school was also in athletic training. But I made a change as well to business management. All I knew with the young person's mind, as I had at that time, all I knew was that I wanted to make money. And so I thought business degree would help me do that. But as you just said, at the age of 38, I understand now more than ever what life is truly about, and that's about relationships. Developing those relationships, cultivating those relationships, and nurturing them in such a manner that regardless of what you do, what you pursue in life, you can be successful because you have love and support of individuals that you've encountered in your lifetime. So as far as education and pursuing education at institutions of higher learning is concerned, I made a tremendous amount of relationships there that are still helping me today. And so it's just a powerful thing to know and understand.
Yeah, and ironically, I went to college I wanted to find a job that I could do the least and get paid the most.
Yeah.
You know, how selfish and self-seeking is that?
Right.
But my second goal was to find a wife. I wanted to go to college, find a wife, and then that. And you know, so it's so backwards. Thankfully, God got a hold of me, and what I ended up finding was a calling. And when you're called to something, it gets you through hard days. It gets you through things because you have a plan, you have a purpose in life. So I'm so thankful for higher education.
Yes, me as well. What I do here at IU Kokomo, is I am a financial aid counselor as well as the VA certifying official here on campus. So a large part of what I do in my seat is help people figure out how they're going to pay for their college, and also as well as give veterans an idea of what education benefits that they have. And unfortunately, in the VA system, they're not given the knowledge as well as we feel like they ought to be given the knowledge on what are the next steps in pursuing education, what are the next steps on how to pursue your education as well as live while you're doing that, because that's a difficult thing to do all at one time. I know a number of different people, even young people, are doing education and working, but veterans are so much better off and have so many opportunities to kind of relax on that front while they pursue their education. So we'll get a little bit deeper into that, but that's what I do here at IU Kokomo.
Yeah, my dad was the first person in our family to graduate from college, the first Taflinger. My mom also graduated from school, or graduated from IUK. And, you know, he didn't do it till he was 40. And I remember him working midnights, going to school, still making all of our family events. But he really did it because he said, I didn't want to have my kids do something that I didn't do. Wow. And he wanted to be the first. And even though he barely beat us, it did set precedent. And me, my younger sister and younger brother did it as well. And we just want to encourage people to, again, it doesn't even mean a bachelor's degree. In multiple states, people with technical associate's degrees get paid more than people with bachelor's degrees. When you look at bachelor's jobs, you think about social work and teaching. When you look at technical associates, you only have to go half the amount of time. And if you jump into HVAC or a lot of medical fields now are associate's degrees, you could do really well financially, find your calling, and spend half the time in college. So we are not pigeonholing people and telling them what to do, but we strongly encourage folks to explore higher education and to look into it. And in Howard County, only 20% of Howard County 25 and older has a bachelor's degree. In Kokomo, that goes down to 17%. Again, bachelor's degree is not the end-all be-all, but that's kind of hard that only 1/5 of Kokomo is taking advantage of higher ed, and we have two great institutions here in our county. Unfortunately, too, high school students going straight from high school to college, in 2015, that number was 65%, so about 2/3 of high schoolers were going right into college. In 2020, it jumped to 53%, so it went from 2/3 to nearly a half. And everything shows that education truly does change your life. It helps with employment, and then the folks that have any type of degree make on average, make $17,000 more than folks that are just high school graduates. So again, it's not all about money.
Mm-hmm.
We've pointed out, but it's about calling, it's about relationships, it's about so much more. But education is so vital, whether that's military, whether that's a technical degree, or whether that's a bachelor's degree.
Right. In the year 2025, in higher education, we understand that there's supposed to be this thing called the cliff. And Travis has the numbers here from the year 20, what was that, 20, what number is that?
In 2015, 65% of kids went straight from high school to college.
And so in 2020, is that? That went to 53%. So that's a significant decrease. And I think what is being found is that a lot of individuals can go into a trade, which still requires some level of education. You can go into a trade and make more money and have to spend less money going to college. And again, a bachelor's degree doesn't have to be it for you, but some level of pursuit of education is absolutely and vitally important to your level of success in pursuing a career, trade or professional. Whatever that looks like for you, there has to be some level of education. And I'm more of the optimistic outlook. I'm not looking for 2025 to be anything near what they're talking about. They're saying an extra 10 to 15% of a decrease of individuals pursuing college on top of what we already see here. So I'm just encouraging you. I want to give you, we want to give you this knowledge to enhance your feeling of just the pursuit of education, period, whatever that looks like. One of the things I want to make mention of is that you mentioned two great institutions here in the city of Kokomo, and an absolute gem being IU Kokomo. One of the beautiful things about IU Kokomo is that it has this wonderful gem of being right here, right in the middle of the city. A lot of individuals don't have to consider going anywhere else to pursue a wonderful education. Again, $8,000 on average, $8,000 per academic year to pursue education here at IU Kokomo. And at the end of the road, it's on your diploma, it says Indiana University. An Indiana University degree really means something in the professional career field. But the other institution here on campus, and Travis mentioned it, Ivy Tech. The relationship between IU Kokomo and Ivy Tech, which I don't think a lot of people understand, is that most of all your credits will transfer here. Mm-hmm. So if you want to pursue an associate's degree at Ivy Tech and continue on to get a bachelor's degree here at IU Kokomo, you can absolutely do that. And so I would also be one of the people here when you do your admissions visit. I would be one of the financial aid counselors that you would speak with to gain a greater understanding of how you continue your education and how you're going to pay for it.
Yeah, maybe you could talk to what you would advise a high school student, but maybe it's a high school student that knows they want to do something, but they maybe don't know what. Or maybe it's a student that knows exactly what they want to do. The thing is there's a path for everyone.
Yes.
If you are interested in housing and you think you want to get your real estate license, then really you don't need to spend a lot of money in school. That's something that it takes education, but you can obtain. If you want to be a nurse, but you don't maybe want to spend all the money that it takes to get a bachelor's degree, then maybe go to Ivy Tech for those first year. Yeah. Then go to IUK, who's got a great nursing program. And then if you feel like, you want to be on campus, you want to be out of Kokomo, there's a path for you there too. You could go to IUK and then into IU Bloomington or IU Indianapolis, or there's just a path for everyone. And that's the beautiful thing about education is we want to encourage you to find that path and pursue it. Again, this isn't just something you have to do. It's not a burden. It's one of the greatest blessings. Almost any college grad I talk to would give anything to go back to those 4 years when you were in school. staying up late and going to class and meeting friends and hanging out with folks. It was just the best time.
Yeah. Oh, it absolutely was. And so I think one of the first things that you'll find out and will give you really that feeling inside of you on whether or not you want to pursue higher education is taking admissions visits. The moment you step on a campus, wherever that is, whether that's IU Kokomo or another in-state school or even out of state, the moment you step on that campus and begin to look at the possibilities and see a vision for what your future might look like or what you want it to look like, then you'll know pretty early on whether or not that's something that you want to do. And so once you feel that feeling inside of you and you begin to see and have conversations about, okay, what will I pursue as far as education is concerned on that campus, it'll just even further give you an idea of what it is that you want to do. I know that was it for me. Anderson University captured my attention not only because I wanted to go there and play football, because athletic training at that moment in time was absolutely something that I knew that I wanted to do. I wanted to be in the arena of sports somehow, some way, whether I was playing it or not. And that was going to give me the opportunity to do that. And so you yourself will feel that same feeling as well, and very much relate to what it is I'm saying.
Absolutely. So as we wrap this up and hit our buzzer beater, this is what we're hoping folks will take away from this is say yes. Say yes, whatever that looks like, whether it's an extra layer of education, maybe it's getting licensed, maybe it's jumping into something new, maybe it's pausing and just stopping and finding what you're passionate about or what you're called to do. Because we really don't suggest just going to college just to go.
Right.
Slow down, pause, reflect, find your path. Mm-hmm. Find your path. And then this is something that doesn't pay off until later. This is one of those things that might not seem like a great investment, but in the end, it truly is. So take those steps, say yes, and jump into some type of licensure, the military, or higher ed.
No, absolutely. And my buzzer beater moment it would be that don't allow the money situation to turn you off completely to school right away. Have conversations, gain an understanding of what the money situation, financial aid situation will look like for you. And in more cases than not, it will likely be in your favor. So at least have that conversation, and so that you can pursue what it is that you want to do in terms of a degree or some level of furthering your education. All right. Thank you very much, Travis. This was a wonderful conversation. This is 1032 Podcast, Conversations with JC and Taf. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for tuning in.